Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat and this is the place where I talk, and today I'm going to be talking about cross stitch. It has been forever since I last made a video, so I am so completely nervous. My hands are sweaty. I don't know if you guys can even see me, if I'm even in frame, but let's hope for the best. Fingers crossed, or as we say here in Sweden, hold your thumbs. And let's go for an update. So it is now April. It is April the 11th, I think. It's either the 11th or the 12th. It is Sunday. Yeah, it's the 11th. I meant to make this video in January, so clearly going well. But at the beginning of March, I challenged myself to finish 4 pieces. I actually mainly wanted to finish one, and I'm showing you here what it should look like when it's finished. It's this lovely Beacon at Daybreak by Dimensions Gold Collection Petites, and this is what it looked like at the beginning of March. So my main goal was to finish this piece by the end of March, and I did in fact manage to do that. So here it is, as Brenda over at Handwork Maniac would say, this was my focus piece for the month of March. I absolutely love it. I think it's so vibrant and fresh, and I could barely get my eyes off of it once I'd finished it. I love the colours. I'm so much in love with this piece. It was really fun to stitch. I really enjoyed working with it, even though it was quite a bit of confetti. So let me show you this close up. I don't even know if the camera is focusing, but obviously there's a lot of half stitches and full stitches and some small French knots. And here is the back of the piece. So this is what my backs look like when I stitch for coverage. I did stitch the half stitches as continental rather than half stitch, or tent stitch. I use tent stitch. So that does mean that the back is has a little bit more coverage than it would do if you were using half stitch. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. The only issue I have is that the frame did warp it slightly, so the edges aren't straight, but I'm hoping that I can fix that during framing and nobody else will notice if I can't. The kit came with plenty of thread, but I did run out of one colour, and it was the brown that you use in the path. But luckily I actually didn't run out, but it was close. So yeah, that's all of the threads that I used, and I have lots left over, so exciting. And then I was very close to finishing Words to Live By, which is a piece by Tiny Modernist, and this is what it should look like. And this is what it looked like at the beginning of March, and I decided if I could finish all 4 of my challenge pieces in March, then I could have a new start for my birthday, and this one was also finished. It's huge, so I'm really not sure how I'm going to show you this, but this is what it looks like. The final block I did was You Can't Direct the Wind. I learnt a lot while I was stitching this piece, and I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. I really like this piece. So I think I'm going to finish it as a cushion and have it in my sitting area for when I sew. Do you want to see the back of this one? I suppose you do. I can show you the quarter of the back of this one. It all looks fairly similar. This was the this was the 3rd quarter I did. So there you go. The 3rd bigger piece is a Permin kit, and it is called nothing. It doesn't have a title, so I call it Wheelbarrow and Butterflies. And this is what it is supposed to look like when finished. As you can see, it is a wheelbarrow with some butterflies. And this is what it looked like at the start of March. Here it is, finished. This piece brought me a lot of joy, especially in the beginning. It's very peaceful. It's lush and green and red and blue, and I just really like it. I think it's a very, very pretty piece, but I did get very bored of the green and the red towards the end. But yes, this was also finished in March 2021. And then finally I wanted to finish, oh sorry, no, before we go on, this is how much of the thread I had left. It's a lot. And you might notice I use the organisers upside down. I hate these organisers. They have a cut here in the cardboard, I don't know if you can see it, which the thread gets stuck in if you try and pull just one strand out of. So it's impossible. So I just tie them the other way. But yeah, lots and lots of pinks and greens left over. I believe they use DMC, but they don't give you the thread number, so I can't file that away. I hadn't started this in the beginning of March, so I have no starting picture, but I did finish it in March, and that is the March calendar, which is a freebie, which I can't remember what, I think it came with cross stitcher, but it might have been World of Cross Stitching. But this is my finish, and I actually have already finished, of course, January and February. And then just on the 2nd of April, I finished April. So, not doing too badly. I've got the full first quarter of the year already finished. I am stitching these on a printed A4 plastic canvas, or perforated paper possibly, from Mill Hill. Because I wanted them to be able to stand up on their own. And I will eventually cut around them all so they're all the same size and figure out a way of displaying them. So those were my 4 finishes in the month of March. So because I finished all of them, I get to have a new start for my birthday, which is in April, which I probably would have had anyway. But now I can have it guilt-free. And so I will be starting African lions from the gold collection. I'm very, very excited. This will be my first full-sized gold collection from Dimensions, and I'm going to start obviously in the middle, bang here, and I'm going to be moving down to try and get the bulk of the grass done first, because I am a sucker for punishment. No, it's because I think if I start with the lion, I will never finish the grass. So I'm going to do the grass, and then the lion, and then the sea of clouds, and then the other lion as a reward at the end. But I think that this will take forever because it's huge, and the chart is huge. It says that the chart is 4 pages, but that's 4 A3 pages. It's exciting, and at the same time terrifying. I did buy that kit secondhand, so I just have to hope that all of the threads are included, or I could check, I suppose. So let's take a look at my current whips. So I'm going to start with the big one that I can't take off the frame, which is this piece. Hi. This is a Heaven and Earth design called Supersized Max Colour Story Keep Unicorn Valley of the Waterfalls, and I am on the 2nd row of pages. I have finished this page, and I have definitely not finished this page. This is the start of the waterfall here, if you can see it, but I have a lot of mountain and a little bit of tree here, and lots of pink stuff still to go. There will also be another row of pages with absolutely nothing happening except for one bird here, and then finally we'll get some action on the 4th row. I haven't been working on this as much as I could because I have been working on other projects. That's pretty much it. I do enjoy it though. As you can see, I swapped from working on the right side to the left side. That's because the fabric in the middle was sagging, which is why it was timed out, because it was irritating me. But now that I've swapped to the working from the left to the right, it seems like the fabric isn't sagging as badly, so fingers crossed. The second piece I'm going to show you isn't something I've shown on my channel before, and it is, oh, I should show you what it's going to look like first, shouldn't I? This is another piece on perforated paper, and this is a kit called Make Things Grow by Mill Hill. So it's a collection or a mix of cross stitch and beads, and this is what it looked like at the start of March. And this is what it looks like now, so not much progress. I really don't enjoy working on this piece. As you can tell, I have it in a sort of cardboard wraparound frame. That's because I hate holding on to the perforated paper. It's too big. I think I would enjoy, and in fact I don't mind working on the calendar perforated paper, but this is just too big and I can't get my hand around to get the needle easily. So I made this cardboard frame with some elastic and some sellotape, and it sort of works but not really, to hold the thing for me so that I can stitch two-handed. This is a gift for a friend, but I don't think that they watch this channel, so I'm fine to show it. I'm working on another gift that reminds me, and I can't show that on this channel, but here are the colours. Aren't they gorgeous? I love green and I love purple. So, and I want you to know that this is my focus piece for April, so you might not see much progress on the other things, but we'll see. I'm trying to get the first of 4 pages finished on this one before the end of April. Then we have Pandemic. This I've been working on quite a lot today and yesterday. This is where it was at the end of March, beginning of March, and this is where it is at now. So as you can see, I've been working on filling in the sun, as I like to call it, and also some of the blue around on the right hand side. The reason that it has 3 park threads is that I was using this for challenges for Stitch in Blue and Stitch in Red, and I didn't want to stitch in blue or red until the challenges came up. So yeah, that's why that happened. I am enjoying this piece a lot more now that I am working on it with bigger hoops. Actually, I did something like 600 stitches on it yesterday, so clearly I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying working with the Mrs. Sader silks a lot. This colour is Darling, and this colour is Supernova, and the back stitch is 1 strand of Sulky 30 weight, I think. So yes, really enjoying this. Got my matching bunny rabbits, and it is a challenge, but I feel like I am getting to know the variegated thread a lot better now. As you can tell in the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing, and especially here. But over here, look, my rabbits are green and my sign is blue and green. Yeah. I am enjoying it. Then we have my other Hade, my second Hade, and this one I am stitching extreme cross country. So that means there isn't anywhere to put my threads to secure them, so you get to see it looking like this. This, let me show you what it looked like at the beginning of March, and this is where it is at now. I did a lot of reddish brown, which is good, and I am stitching this 2/1 tent stitch on 32 count, so it is quite a small count, but I think it is looking fantastic, and it's stitching up so quickly because of the tent stitch. So yeah, I'm loving all of the detail. I mean, you can see where her hair will be, and you can see like the colours in her bodice coming to life, so I will soon be finished with this one. I will soon come back to this one because I do really enjoy stitching on it. It's just that it hasn't fit any of the prompts for a while, and obviously I'm setting goals now. I can talk a little bit about that before we move on to the next piece. So I've always kind of enjoyed picking up random pieces and stitching on them for a bit and then putting them down. And I thought that was kind of, you know, the kind of stitcher I was just whatever I felt like. But setting that goal to finish Beacon, I really enjoyed having just the one piece with like occasional touches on the other ones. So I think I'm going to copy Handwork Maniac and actually have a focus piece per month for 2021 and see how I get on with that. Because I have really been enjoying it. It has been a lot of fun. So finally, my final bit, the project bag is upside down, so I'm throwing things on the floor, is my New Year New Start, which I've barely touched since my New Year New Start. This is what it will look like when it is finished. It is a dimensions kit, and I am stitching it with the kit fabric and the kit floss. So 16 count. Here it is. So that's all I've got done. I started in the middle and then I worked my way up to see that the shape of the tree, to see that I was happy with what it looked like, which I was. Happy with how much border I had with the hoops. And yeah, this is the start of the house. Don't know what to say, I love dimensions kits, but they are kind of hard work. I'm not really a fan of the organiser in this one. I much prefer the plastic organisers, like the one that Beacon had, where it's all on one piece of cardboard and you just take one strand at a time. This organiser is missing. No, just invisible. It's just a piece of very thin cardboard. So when I pull, in fact, you can see here on this one, you can very easily snap the cardboard. So not a big fan of this, but lots of greens and browns. I feel like my favourite colours are green and brown, based on the fact that I mainly stitch in green and brown. I'm just a very big fan of trees. That is all of them. I'm not working on very many projects right now, which is really exciting because it gives me so many projects to start in the month of May. I will be participating in the last ever Mania. I'm aiming to have 21 projects in total because it's the year 2021. And obviously I have my whips, which are included in that, and African lions, my new start for my birthday. But yes, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I know I was a little bit rusty, but I really enjoyed talking to you guys. I've been talking to myself through what I wanted to tell you for a couple of weeks now, so I felt like it was way over time that I sat down and actually recorded a video. Yeah, I'll take you through, I guess, my Mania starts when they're here, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. From me and the shrimps, have a lovely rest of the week. We hope that you're well. Goodbye.